Impromptunes acknowledges that this podcast is recorded on the traditional lands of the Boonwurrung peoples of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging and celebrate their enduring connections to country, knowledge and stories.
Impromptunes, 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 imprompt. Do you hear the people improvising?
Good people of the world, thanks for tuning in to Impromptunes, the completely improvised musical podcast. Now here they are, the cast of Impromptunes.
Hey there, everybody. Am I meant to be talking yet? I am. All right. My name is Isabella Valette, and I am here today as your host for Impromptunes, the completely improvised musical. Now, I'm here in the studio today I'm just a girl standing in front of a microphone asking you to love me. But I'm not just asking you, plural, the listeners. I'm also asking three people that are in this room with me. And the first person I'm going to ask is a person that cannot reply, at least not with their mouth. He's much better with his fingers.
Oh.
What? That wasn't a sexual joke. He just doesn't have a microphone and he is using his fingers right now to play the piano. So, look, we can cut this and head back to scratch.
No, it's funny.
No, let's head back to scratch. I'm going to get cancelled.
No.
I'm getting cancelled.
that was hilarious.
That's fine.
Okay, it's fine. Look, his name is David Peake. He's a professional pianist. And right now he's giving me a sweet little smile and a cute little ditty. David, play something that reminds you of our relationship.
Oh.
Full of horror and foreboding. That's a lot. That's a lot like our relationship. That's right. David and I are constantly on edge around one another. Speaking of being on the edge, we've got edgelord Brenton Gardiner here in the room.
On the edge of glory. A big Lady Gaga fan.
Big Gaga fan. Yeah, I actually did know that about you. And of course, your partner Reese is a big Taylor Swift fan.
Correct, he is.
Have you two ever had a competition whose hero is better?
I don't bother because Reese will just absolutely not even budge an inch on the Taylor Swift is the greatest musician of all time argument, so.
Of all time?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, okay. Look, it's a big claim because we've got the greatest musician of all time here, which is Teresa.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Teresa Ewan, sorry, I would.
Teresa Ewan, yeah. I mean, people know me by my first name.
She's like
Madonna,
Beyonce, yeah.
Napoleon.
Exactly.
Judas from the Bible.
Yeah. He's the
Jesus.
Rasputin. Famous.
What is his last name? His last name was Rasputin, actually.
Exactly.
His first name was Gregory.
Gregory, yeah.
Yeah.
But no one cares if his first name is Gregory because Rasputin's enough Rasputin for you.
They don't need.
There's no disputing.
Yeah, I wanted to say that too. I love it. Yeah, there's no disputing that. I love it. Yeah, look, we're here. We've got a great crew, and there's only one thing we need. We're about to make up an entirely improvised musical on the spot for your listening pleasure. And what we've got are some suggestions here in a little bowl of destiny, which is right next to me here on this desk. I'm about to put my hand inside and pick the title for tonight's show. These have come to us via a number of different mediums, and I don't mean the kind of person that talks to ghosts, although that would be cool.
We do actually, it's like we actually do accept suggestions from the other side.
We would love suggestions.
You know, as a medium, you could be like, I predict you're going to have this as one of your titles.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be because they've suggested it themselves.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
For our next episode, we would actually love, if you are a medium, please come forward. We would love a suggestion from the other side.
Even if you think you're maybe kind of good at, you kind of know if it's going to rain. Even then, I'll take any medium.
We'll take any medium.
Anything,
Take a small.
Like a medium level medium. Yeah, a small medium. We're cool with it. So please, let's include ghosts in this experience and hear from them.
Impromptunes is for everyone.
What does your great-great-grandma want to hear?
Exactly.
Improvise?
Yeah. What does Rasputin want to hear?
Yeah.
You know? But for now, we are getting suggestions from the living only. The living have contacted us via Instagram, via Facebook, via our website. There's a little button where you can submit a title. So if you want to submit a title, please do, especially if you're dead, especially if you're a ghost. We want to hear from you.
We're looking forward to it.
Even if you've been ghosted or if, you are dead from laughter, like DED, especially you. So I'm about to put my hand in and find out what the title is going to be for today's show. All right. I love this. I love it. Wow. It's a twist on a classic Sondheim show.
Oh, great.
You've heard of Sunday in the Park with George.
Yes.
I have.
Yes.
But have you heard of Sunday in the Park with COVID? This came to us via the Facebook page from Christian Charisiou. I believe he was actually once a guest on the podcast.
Yeah, he was.
He is currently the lead in Wedding Singer, which means that he's obviously a creative person who's come up with this hilarious title. I love it, Christian. Now, we are about to embark on a wild adventure for you. Totally improvised musical Sunday in the Park with COVID. The other night, I was doing an improv show live. We asked for a suggestion of something unusual that you would give to your dad, and someone yelled out COVID. And so I am really vibing the idea of COVID jokes now. It's not too soon. Like, it's been a while since the last lockdown.
Yeah.
Brenton, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Teresa, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
David Peake, are you ready? He's nodding. All right, I think we are ready to kick off tonight's show. We've got the suggestion, we have got the musician, we've got the performers, we've got the listeners, we hope. So let's head into the first and final performance, for us at least. You can replay it, but we will only make it once. Sunday in the Park with COVID. I can really feel it. 2020, the year for me.
I can really see it. 2020, the year to be free.
And if you can dream it, this is the year that you do those dreams.
And if you really feel it, you go out and you'll be traveling.
The world is my oyster, the shell is the sky, and anything I dream of will come true by and by. The world is my oyster, the shell is the sky, and anything I dream of will come true by and by.
I've just downsized my house. I don't need a garden, I've got an apartment.
I just renovated my office in my high-rise building.
I just invested. I've invested in lots of party spaces.
And I just opened a new business in airline transportation.
The world is my oyster, the shell is my sky, and every dream I dream of will come true by and by. The world is my oyster, the shell is the sky, and everything I dream of will come true by and by. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong now? What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong now? In 2020. Terrible what's happening in Italy at the moment, Sue.
Oh, it's scary, isn't it, Barb? But I mean, look, I think out this way, everything's just top tickety. I mean, this morning, I went out and got a lovely little brekkie, and it was just a beautiful morning.
Yeah. I actually think that I power walked past you with my puppy, my new puppy, Daisy Sue. You haven't seen her yet because she's not vaccinated, so I am keeping her away from other dogs and humans.
Yeah.
But I saw you were actually reading a magazine.
Yeah, Barb, I was reading Better Homes and Gardens.
Right. Is that because you've just renovated your new office space?
Yes, yeah, I have. Because I go into the office 5 days a week. I wanted to make sure that my office space felt like home.
You spent so much time there.
A lot of the company's money, a lot of Derek's money, but... Millions.
I mean, Derek, I saw the other day, he got so stressed, he told me he's basically about to go bankrupt. That's fine. You'll earn it back. You'll earn it back.
It's going to be a big year for us. I got a Peloton bike.
Wow, that's exciting. I actually bought a jet plane.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, mate, you're going to charter that one out?
Yeah, I'm going to charter it and I'm going to be charging people to board it.
Yeah.
I've made my own travel company called Fly Close to the Sky.
Well, right here in Better Homes and Gardens, Tracy Grimshaw actually says she thinks this is going to be the biggest year for air travel since 1963.
Oh, and 1963 was huge with Pan Am.
Yeah.
You know that I was actually an air hostess for Pan Am before it went down.
Are you joking?
Yeah, I'm not.
I can see it.
I'll sue you. Yeah, I know that I used to be a model.
Those legs that go on for days. I'm surprised you fit in the plane.
Oh, well, yes, I was very slim, so I don't really appreciate that comment.
It's hardly what I meant, Pam. I'm just complimenting those lovely legs of yours.
Oh, okay. You mean as in it would have hit my head? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sorry, Sue. I thought you were bringing out that nasty streak of yours again.
Fat shaming before 12, that's not like me.
No.
After 12, watch out.
You do all sorts of stuff. Yeah, well, look, I'm excited for this year to start, but I'm disappointed that my trip to Italy has been postponed.
Yeah, I mean, look, these things happen, and I'm sure it'll be a few weeks until you can pop on over.
It's just that, well, look, maybe I shouldn't say this, but Darren and I were kind of hoping it would save our marriage. We haven't spent much time together over the years, and you know, since the kids grew up and got their first Mercedes and got a job in at Darren's company and headed off into their sexy share houses in Collingwood, we haven't seen much of them.
Yeah, no, it's tough. A family holiday brings everyone together, doesn't it?
Yeah, and now it's just going to be, I guess, me at home with my new little puppy, Daisy May.
Daisy May's I think she's going to bring a lot into your life, along with this holiday.
Yeah, I mean, a puppy's just as good as a holiday, isn't it, Sue?
Oh, I mean, some could say that. I wouldn't. I think a holiday was worth more than a puppy.
Okay, well, that makes me reflect. Back to a time, 1963. I was on holiday in California. Back in that time, my legs were so much longer, and I was doing a whole lot of fornicating in California. But then I met Darren, and when you fall in love, you fall in love. I was just a young girl then. He had a full head of hair, and he knew how to go there when we went out then. And when he asked me to marry him, I followed him to Armadale, and we started a life. I got pregnant. He said we never fail. When you fall in love with your family, you have two other kids, and all you do is think of them and pack their lunchbox lids. Fast forward 18 years and the last one has moved out. You turn to your partner of all these years and you try to figure them out. Whilst life was happening, they changed. I don't know who Darren is. His life has been rearranged, and now the kids are gone and I don't have a career. I don't know my husband. and I'm filled with fear. Who am I? Who are they? Who is he? A trip to Italy would have revealed all that to me. But when you fall in love, when you fall in love, when you fall in love and love and love and love, you don't think about what happens 20 years later. Or even 30 or 40 years later. At least I've got my puppy days in me. I'm sorry you had to hear all that, Sue.
No worries. I'll get the check, please.
Ding dong.
Oh, that'll be the door.
Hi, Mum.
Oh, Rachel.
Yeah, I'm moving back in again. Fred and I broke up, and I've decided it's time for me to come home.
Oh, well, I'm so glad you have, because Fred was too old for you. As a 45-year-old man, I found it very creepy that he was sniffing around you at the age of 20.
Yes, Grandma?
No, it's me, Mum. Let me take off my scarf.
Oh,
I know I resemble my mother.
Mustard always ages you, Mum.
Look, Rachel, you'll be old too one day. As a 70-year-old woman, I am struggling with ageing on occasion, but there's no need to confuse me with your grandmother. Here. Mum, come out.
Hello, loves. How are we?
Oh, Grandma, it is you.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I can see the difference now.
Now, Grandma's 108. You need to respect her.
Isn't that right? Now, look, I've seen a lot in these days, and one of those things is I've seen the price of milk 7 times rise.
Oh, shut up,
Here we go
Mum.
again.
Shut up
Here
with
we
your old
go.
crap.
I'm going back into the cupboard. No one's mean to me in there.
I'll slide the door behind
You
you.
look tired. Mustard's not your colour, I've told you before.
Grandma is right. Mustard isn't your colour, Mum.
Everybody's just so mean to me
You
here
look
in this
sickly.
family. Well, thank gosh I'm about to head outside to my
Good, get outta
airline
here.
business. I'm off to the ramp to go watch some flights take off.
Still dreaming of Italy, Mum?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Sorry, I'm so laid back.
Sorry.
I said still dreaming of Italy, Mum.
Yeah, of course I'm still dreaming of Italy, Rachel. Don't worry. These travel restrictions will be lifted soon enough. We're in Australia after all.
Well, I heard from a friend of Joe whose mother works in the immune science community, and she said that there's probably going to be lockdowns and we'll be locked at home for months on end.
That's nonsense. I've been on the YouTube and I've been doing some deep dives, and that's all conspiracy theory. In fact, it's just a pharmaceutical problem. They're trying to trick us.
Mum, I've told you 100 times, you shouldn't believe everything you see on the internet.
COVID is a hoax.
It's not a hoax, Mum. People are dying.
No, they're not.
Welcome back to my channel, and I'm telling you folks this now. That's Pharmaceutical. He was out in Northwest Texas. That's him there spreading his sheep and his lies. And if you're one of his cattle, I'm telling you right now that I've got news for you coming in my podcast next week, the Tittle Tattle Tales. And if you don't listen to me, I'll tell you you're a sheep. Speak to you soon, folks.
I've been listening to a very good podcast.
Yeah? What's it called, Mum?
Tittle Tattle Podcast.
Oh, no, Mum. You can't be listening to Tittle Tattle.
What?
Everyone knows that they're the ones who believe that milk gives you extra eyebrows.
Well,
All I'm saying is my Meemaw didn't have no extra eyebrows and she had some milk. And look, she's now one of the furriest creatures this side of the Mississippi.
that's it. A lot of the crazies drink milk these days, which is why we only drink almond milk.
I know, but it's ridiculous, Mum.
No, it's not. Now listen.
They're the ones who think that fluoride coats your pineal gland and stops you from contacting the aliens.
It does.
I don't think, Mum, you should believe everything you hear.
I also read it.
And everything is not always quite so clear. Then science isn't belief, it's something based on facts. And that's why you had gone and find some better ways to act. And every time I come in this house is something new. You think that Donald Trump was born in a great big shoe. And every time I know you go and eat the thing so slow, 'cause you gotta chew 725 times, otherwise your digestion doesn't work apparently.
Now, if you're not putting aluminium foil on your head,
It's not a thing.
you might get 5G vibes and then you'll end up dead.
Come on, Mum.
And Donald Trump was definitely born in a shoe. How else could he get so smart and tell us all what to do?
Facts is facts is facts is facts is facts, Mum.
Get
How
fact.
about that? Facts is facts is facts is facts is facts, Mum. How about that?
Get fact,
And
get
just
fact, get fact,
because
get
you
fact, get
feel
fact,
you
get
want it
fact,
to be
get
true.
fact. Get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact. That's what Tittle Tattle told me to do. Get fact, get fact, get fact,
get fact, get fact, get fact.
Talk to me, Tittle.
Get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact.
I think that it's a little bit repetitive, and I don't think any of it's true. So you can get some facts. I hope they're good for you.
Well, I'm heading out to fly my plane. I don't care about restrictions.
Please wear a mask, Mum.
I'm never gonna wear a mask. You go listen to your dictator. That's Dan Andrews.
Get fact,
Get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact. Get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact. And did you know that reptiles are running the government? Reptiles have a meeting every year.
Hairspray doesn't make you crazy. Going on the internet does, Mum.
Get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact. Taylor Swift is just a human suit.
Get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact.
There's a reptile in there.
Get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact, get fact.
Donald Trump was born in a shoe.
In a shoe.
in a shoe.
You can't stop me from going out.
Mum, please be careful. Just because you want it to be doesn't mean it's true.
Get back, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back.
It's Emmett Nichols here, and in an unexpected turn of events, I will be performing a solo stand-up show. That's right, for the first time in 10 years as part of the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, my debut as a solo act. The show is called Not Church, and it's an atheist church service run by me, songs, bread and wine, greeting your neighbour. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun and silliness. Now, there's only 4 shows, so book now or regret it for all eternity.
Well, Karen, it's been 8 months. I've been on JobKeeper, and my flight and aviation business was personally shut down by Dictator Dan and his Victorian police sheeple.
Yeah, Barb, no, tell me about it. I mean, I'm sick of these streets. Look, this one, I know it like the back of my hand, and I know my hand very well. So do a few of the doctors around here as well, if you know what I'm saying. But let me just tell you, I have walked every street in Victoria. Every street.
Really, even outside of your 5-kilometre radius from home?
Well, don't go tell Mr. Dan Andrews, Dictator Dan.
Don't worry, I hate that man.
Daddy's short legs. But I've done every street in Victoria. Oyen, Mildura. Name another one, I've done it.
Have you done Carnegie?
Last Tuesday.
Wow.
You were with me, Barb.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Sue? I know that you're wearing your mask there and, gloves.
Look, I wear it for looks. I just can't deal with all the looks people give me when I don't wear my mask.
Well, I said the buggers aren't going to take my smile, and I wore one of those invisible visors.
Yes.
And then the buggers came and took my smile. They said I had to wear an actual mask that filtered out the germs. Now, I said I don't have COVID.
Well, I was wrapping my scarf around my face the other day, some cashmere, beautiful scarf, covered right up to my bottom lip. And it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough for those tattletales out there.
You know, my daughter Rachel, she is a COVID Nazi. She says things like, don't go up to people you don't know.
No.
Don't share food with people you don't know. Don't talk to people about the fact that Taylor Swift is wearing a human costume and is a reptile inside.
How can you not? That's what I want to know. How do you not talk about it?
I just don't know how people can't see.
No, go on.
No, that's okay. Tittle Tattle was telling me today that the only way to get through this monstrous treatment is to take it to the streets.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about getting a megaphone out in Swanston Street and seeing what happens.
It's a gorgeous idea. I mean, the only thing getting me through is that gorgeous Gal Gadot video that she posted where they're all singing.
Oh,
Imagine.
yes.
Imagine all the people.
Oh, it's my ringtone. Sorry, I think that's Rachel.
That was Bjork, I think.
Yeah, she was in it too. So's Matthew McConaughey.
Imagine all the peoples. All right.
Yeah, and then there's that little cameo from Kevin Costner. Anyway, my phone's rung out. My phone's rung out. I'll just, excuse me, 1 second. Pronto.
Mum, where are ya?
Rachel, I'm about to start a protest.
No, Mum, please, you need to come home.
Barb, I've got the posters.
You're 100% in one of the high-risk categories.
Just because I'm 70, Rachel, doesn't mean that I need to believe in this hoax virus.
Yeah, but you're also pre-diabetic because Tittle Tattle told you that it's okay to only eat cakes.
Yeah? And you think that if I hadn't eaten those cakes that maybe something would have happened to me, that I might have grown some extra eyebrows? Donald Trump ate cakes for just a year and look at how powerful he's become.
And he was born in a shoe.
Who's that, Mum?
Donald Trump?
No, who said he was born in a shoe?
Oh, Joe Rogan. I get a lot of information from him.
Mum, COVID's everywhere. You need to be careful.
I'll be fine. I'll visit every old person's home in Melbourne if I have to. I'm ready to rise to the challenge. My Darren's at home and so are my kids, but I'm brave and I'm full of lids. That's right, my eyelids are open. My eyes are open. Me and Karen and Sue have made some posters. Woo. We're gonna go out and end this COVID roller coaster. Bring me some tradies, get me the construction guys. I'm heading out to the streets with my big thighs.
She's Bob, the people's person. She's Bob, the people's person. She's Bob, the people's person.
And nobody's gonna get in her way.
Ouch!
Now you might have heard some false misinformation telling you that vaccines are good for our nation. But I'm here to tell you
She's Bob, the people's person.
I can't feel my face.
She's Bob, the people's person. We love you, Bob.
I can hardly breathe.
She's Bob, the people's person. Sing it louder, Bob.
Oh, I can't breathe. I'm falling to the ground. I'm
Bob.
Oh, I've got a fever. My skin's burning up. I think I need a bed. It mustn't be COVID. That's not real. That's just a rumour instead.
Bob, what's going on?
Darren, how did you find me here?
I heard the coughing from my building. It's so loud.
Fever dreams. Hi, I'm Dan Andrews in a puffer vest.
Dictator
telling
Dan.
you
I'm
that
Joe
you
Rogan.
just jump
What are you
on.
doing coughing? Get over it.
Everyone is a lizard. Taylor Swift, I'm a lizard.
I am horse tranquilizer. Take me to cure COVID.
You get a COVID. You get a COVID. You all get a COVID.
Put some disinfectant down your throat. That should cure it.
Drink some bleach.
Wait a second. Where am I?
Mum.
Rachel?
Mum, wake up.
Rachel?
Mum.
Rachel, what happened?
Well,
Did we win with the protest? Did we overthrow the Andrews government?
Mum, you've been really sick and Dad's been really sick too, and I've been so worried about you. I'm so glad you're in hospital.
What?
You came home and you were raving about Joe Rogan and reptiles, and then you just collapsed and I had to call an ambulance, and then we had to wait 45 minutes for it to arrive because so many people were going to hospital, and then finally we got you in because you got money, and you've been sick for months. Months.
Is COVID... It was COVID?
It was COVID, Mum, and it's still COVID everywhere.
I've had COVID for months.
Well, you had COVID and you had pneumonia.
And then I had long COVID.
You had long COVID.
You had long
baby.
COVID, that's months.
Darren, did you have long COVID?
I'm in the bed next to you, my dear. You can't see me because of the sheet and all the PPE.
Oh,
But I'm here, my darling. Reach out and try and grab my glove.
I can feel your glove.
I never left your side, even though you're a fool. You're a fool, Barb. COVID was real the whole time. Barb.
I got by COVID.
Barb, like a sheep. Barb.
Well, then what? What about Joe Rogan and Mr. Tippy Tail? I've forgotten. It's been so many months I've been in a coma.
Mr. Tittle Tattle.
Mr. Tittle Tattle.
Well, Mr. Tittle Tattle made a fortune selling fake COVID remedies and then ran away to the Bahamas.
And Joe Rogan's uncancelable. Spotify have a great deal with him. They bring a lot of income.
But, Mum, they said it's time for you to go outside, and some of the restrictions have been lifted, so we can go to the park if you like. On your wasted legs.
To be fair, we have to go to the park. We lost the house.
What?
Well, your plane business went under.
The flight business went under?
We couldn't charter any flights. We did one. We moved some house and we went into Brisbane and they yelled at us.
Oh.
They yelled at us.
They yelled, they were so angry.
Those bloody Queenslanders don't understand anything. They got the AFL. They got the AFL.
I know, Mum.
Let's go out to the park.
It's our only option.
Let's go out, step out of the dark.
Just step 5 meters away.
Sunday in the purple pink park.
My face is red. Blue.
Sunday in the green and blue park.
My cough is bad.
Pigeons and picnics and lots of eating.
Just don't take off your mask when you're away from the spray-painted circle.
Sunday in the park with COVID. Sunday in the park with COVID.
You can take off your mask when you have a drink.
Or something to eat.
There are police walking round the park to enforce that.
Sunday in the park with COVID.
Sunday in the park with COVID. 3 people from a household at the same time.
No more than 3.
Not drinking alcohol.
3 people huddle in a circle sometime.
45 minutes exercise.
Small curfews if you want to buy your picnic goods at Coles.
Only essential shops are open.
Only one person from the household.
Sunday in the park we're going.
So many rules.
Sunday in the park we're going.
Will we learn?
If you're not wearing active wear, where are you going?
Adopted pets are everything. Adopted pets are everything. Sunday.
Tiger King.
Sunday.
Carol Baskin.
Sunday.
Netflix documentaries.
Sunday
In the park with Cole.
Oh, wow, that was a downer.
Obviously Barb recovered from
No one
COVID.
died.
No one died.
Barb and Darren were actually fine. They did end up going to Italy.
Yes. And they rekindled their relationship because they understood how much they mean to each other. So that
I'm
was.
sure they had a few more investment properties that they were happy to bump into.
I'm just curious how Bob was 17 and her daughter was 20.
Why? I don't get it.
Because she would have had the daughter at 6 days.
Yeah.
IVF, she's a miracle of science.
Yeah, she was just really fertile for a really long
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I think she went through menopause like 58 or something. She was just
She's
a
just
psycho.
something special, yeah.
Yeah, she believed.
Those legs.
Yeah, it was those legs. Yeah.
You can't say she didn't believe with everything she had. She really went for everything. in
Yeah,
life.
and sometimes those conspiracy theories were good for her. You know, like she actually ended up investing in a whole lot of Bitcoin, and she's actually doing pretty well off that till recently.
Until recently, but it'll
Yeah.
bounce back.
She'll bounce back.
An NFT baron.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she is.
she
And she's
knows.
actually moved away from old mate Tittle Tattle's podcast, and so she's been following some more centre-right figures. She's moved, soft move on to Ben Shapiro and
Yeah, centre.
stuff like
Small man with strong opinions.
that. Yeah,
That's her. That's
she's
her
making
thing.
some soft moves.
Yeah.
She's read 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson.
She's making a bed.
She's
God
getting
damn it.
stuff together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, that was Sunday in the Park with COVID. Thank you so much, Christian, for such a fun suggestion. We hope that you enjoyed our hot take on COVID in Melbourne in 2020, and that next time you tune in, feel free to send your own suggestion to us because we are always looking for great new titles for our totally improvised musicals. Thank you so much, David Peake on the keys, Teresa, Ewan, Brenton, Gardiner, and myself, Isabella Valette. We have been Impromptunes, the completely improvised musical.
Sunday in the park with Cole.